TPA questions are one of the hardest question types on the GMAT. Accuracy on these questions is usually less than 40%, and students typically take more than 3 minutes to solve these questions. These questions, if not handled properly, can negatively impact your DI score and hence your GMAT score. Join me in this webinar in which I'm going to teach you techniques using which you will be able to answer these questions with ease, taking much less time. Allow me to give you a sneak peek at what we will be doing. Observe this question. It looks awfully similar to your typical probability question, but the accuracy is less than 40% and the time taken by students to answer this question correctly is more than 3.5 minutes. In this session, I will demonstrate how to completely own the dataset by drawing inferences while reading the dataset and by drawing inferences from equations where there are more variables and fewer equations connecting them. Now, many TPA questions have way too much text as compared to your typical quant problem-solving question. For example, this question tests the concept of probability, but it has a pretty hefty dataset to consume. And no surprises, it is a hard question. Fewer than 40% of the questions are able to answer this one correctly, and that too by spending upwards of 2.5 minutes. In this webinar, I will teach you how to translate the dataset such that you own the dataset. I will also demonstrate how slowing down while reading the dataset eventually helps you save time. And then there are questions such as this one. I would like for you to try this one. Pause the video and give this question a shot. I'm going to see you on the other side. Now you will agree that on the surface it looks simple enough. Your typical tree structure type of a question, the length of the dataset is also not that scary. But it surely was a time-consuming question. Typically, students take more than 3.5 minutes to solve this question, and of those who solve, fewer than 40% get it right. In this webinar, I'm going to demonstrate how you should translate such a dataset into a 4-layered tree structure that contains multiple kinds of data, numbers, ratios, ranges. I will also teach you how to translate complex question statements and arrive at a solid approach to solve the question. And lastly, how to process the answer choices in these questions to arrive at the answer. To master two-part analysis questions, attend this session with me and learn the skill of owning the dataset and experience for yourself how once you own the dataset, you can solve these questions with utmost ease and confidence, and that too in the timed environment of the test. Now, as prep for this webinar, solve these 3 official questions I showed you and watch their solutions. The links for each are in the description. In the webinar, I'm going to ask you about your learnings from these solutions, so be prepared. Your TPA improvement journey has already begun. Happy learning and see you soon.